Welcome to the Process Podcast. I'm Chris, your host today. Hi, we got two guests with us today. Why don't we go ahead and introduce ourselves real quick? To my right, we have...
I'm Paolo from All Out, owner and coach also. And an organizer also. And yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
And a quick introduction for the person on my left.
Hello, I am Ange. I coach for All Out and I also do their marketing as well.
Perfect. So we have two guests today from our affiliate in Manila, All Out. And we're going to get all about that with owning a business, owning a gym, and also coaching at a gym. Before we get started, we are going to do a tradition that we had been doing for a while, and now we're getting back to it. This is called... We're Not Really Strangers. Alex 2.0, our director of photography for The Process, he introduces this game to us. Basically, they're open questions that the only thing I need you to do is to answer them openly and honestly. So I'm going to put these 1, 2, 3, 4 cards face down, and you get to pick one. Okay, you get to pick one. All right, keep it face down. And then, Ange, we'll start with you. I want you to flip it over, read it out loud, and then answer that question.
What has been the best compliment a stranger has ever given to you?
Okay. Good starter. So think about that for just a bit and then let us know what it is.
I guess from way back in high school, like a batchmate of mine told me that my aura is pure. Something like when they see me, it's like they feel calm. And like, yeah, I feel like I am very caring and nurturing at heart. So yeah, that was really nice to hear for sure.
When you heard that, were you surprised about that type of compliment, or you were like, yeah, that's about right?
Yeah, I feel like I was shocked, but I never really thought about that myself. But then when you hear it from someone else, you're like, oh, really? Like, I really never realized, like that's what you see, like that's how you see me as a person. So that was really nice.
Cool.
To hear.
And then now having that been told to you back in high school, right? Which is a while back. I'm not going to ask how many years exactly. After having been told that, did that guide you in your actions to any extent afterwards?
Yeah, so very passionate and caring about, like helping people. So I feel like that really it resonated to me in a very good way.
Cool. A pure aura over here on my left. I can feel it too.
Yeah.
All right, we got a card over here. So Pao, read it out loud and then answer.
What would your younger self not believe about your life today?
Ooh,
Younger self not
Yeah.
believe. All right. Let me think about it quick.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe something about me organizing an event. Like, I'm really passionate about fitness.
Sure.
I really wanted to be a businessman or entrepreneur, but me organizing an event like connected to the fitness and our gym is something I didn't really thought about. So,
And to give a bit of context, what event are you talking about?
our All Out Games is like a functional fitness event, CrossFit. Yeah.
Why would your younger self not believe that about you today?
I guess I just didn't really see myself as, I'm not really the type of person who wants to organize. I see it like a hard work kind of thing. And
Were you not into hard work when you're younger?
no, I mean, I wanted to work hard, but
Yeah.
not in the sense of organizing an event. So, yeah, I think it's something I really didn't see it coming. So, I guess it's something me going out of my comfort zone also, which is good also because I really didn't think that it would be like feel great also, like very rewarding. Yeah.
So even now, you even feel like you're out of your comfort zone by organizing this large event. We'll get into the details later in the
Yeah.
episode, but it's still kind of out of your comfort zone, definitely.
Definitely yes, because it's not something I've been doing a lot. So it's something we've just been doing for the past year.
Yeah.
So it's something I have to, learn more. And it's something that I really want to, get better at.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, we're right in the middle of that process, and we
Yeah.
have a few months until we see all-out games. So
Yeah.
you have plenty of time to stay out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
I have two more, so I'll just pick one, and the card will be this one. What is the most unexplainable thing that's ever happened to you? Unexplainable. Maybe not the most unexplainable, but maybe the most unexplainable thing that is pertinent to our conversation is that I joined the process programming as the community manager in August. And one of the jobs that I realized I was going to help with was getting in touch with our affiliate coaches and gyms and owners and stuff like that. And I didn't know that one of the affiliate owners would be one of the groomsmen for essentially my cousin. So for you listening, Krish and Justin, love you guys. 2 years ago, they got married. Or was that last year?
I think it's 2 years ago.
Yeah, so
almost.
Almost 2 years
Yeah.
ago. So almost a year anniversary to you two. Paulo was a groomsman at the wedding. I couldn't make it because I was still in China, in the mainland, and we weren't able to get out yet. But that was the connection that we shared. And then when you were competing over in Cebu, that was the first time we met in person. And then I sent a video to my cousins, and they're like, "Did you know that's Justin's groomsman?" And of course I knew. But yeah, it does fulfill the stereotype that all Filipinos either know each other or are related. So there's that. So I guess there is explanation there. It's just because we're all Filipino.
Yeah. Can I add something to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Before that, I was during the pandemic, I was doing the process, right?
Yeah.
So I always see Chris Twazon in the comment section.
Yeah.
Like
Is that Karish's older brother or something?
something. Then I heard from Justin.
Yeah.
He has a cousin who does CrossFit.
Mhm.
So I guess that's the first time I heard about you. Then I always see in the water cooler.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's strong.
Oh,
and
okay. I'll
and
take
these
that.
guys commenting like movements with sense. It's like that's the first time I've heard about you basically in the water cooler.
Nice.
Then I saw you like, oh, you're part of the process team now.
Yeah.
That's-
Lovely, lovely. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome seeing how kind of this all tracked up into this moment being on the podcast. And one of the reasons why I wanted you guys to be here on the podcast is it just so happened that you guys were here at HQ as affiliate staff to learn from our HQ staff about coaching and the way that we do things here. So lovely to have you here. And we had a listener survey, and one of the things that they wanted us to do more of is to bring on specifically affiliate owners and affiliate coaches. So, I mean, this is a great opportunity to talk about that. So let's go ahead and kind of go into that a little bit. So one at a time, Paulo as the owner and Ange as one of the coaches, just kind of introduce us a little bit. So one of the things I asked you before our podcast today is just describe yourself in 3 words. And then why don't you go ahead and do that for us, Pau?
Yeah. So I think just to keep it simple,
Yeah, go for it.
3 words. I've been hearing a lot about me from others also. Number 1 is they tell me that I'm kind.
Mhm.
So I think it's kind, caring, and genuine.
Kind, caring, and genuine.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you picked out these words, you were thinking about what people thought of you.
Yeah, 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one of those sticks out to you the most?
Being kind.
Why is that?
Well, personally, I think I've heard that a lot from a lot of people.
Yeah.
Then it's hard for me to get mad also. So I think it's kind of double-edged for me because as a business owner,
I see.
as a leader, and sometimes you have to get mad also to point things out to other people. But so that's kind of my struggle also
Yeah.
because I think just my background
Yeah.
and growing up to be with a kind family.
Yeah.
So I picked up this
Your
habit.
family's been too nice to you.
Yeah,
to each
most
other.
probably. I mean, my mom is like a bossy type of leader, then it's maybe just me growing up to be not wanting to be like her. I mean, she's kind, but she's like, bossy. So I think that's what led me to this kind of, and also the people around me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting that you say that it's hard to be kind as a gym owner and kind of being the boss of the staff and stuff like that. I mean, when you say you have to use anger, is that the accurate word, that in order to get your point across or to make difficult decisions? Can you give me like an example of what you mean by that?
I mean, not necessarily anger, but you want to point things out, but you're too kind to say uncomfortable
I
things.
see. Mhm.
So it's me still figuring it out how to communicate it, like with Ange, with our other coaches, because I grew up to be like a coach who puts in the shoes of other people.
I see.
So it's something that I have to balance with myself.
Yeah.
So I think being kind is really great, but it has its pros and cons
sure.
at the times. So yeah.
It's like you have to manage that part of you really well when there's other things to consider in terms of being not just a person, but also a business owner and the leader of an organization.
Yeah, just for me to be more effective.
I see.
Yeah.
I mean, Ange, when you hear Pao, who's effectively your boss, talk about himself being kind, what is like the first thing that you think of?
It's true. It really is. Like I can't
Like you can get away with anything or something?
No, it's not that. It's just like how I talked about the pureness also, like it's in his aura. Like when he walks in the room, he's always smiling and
That's
he
nice.
greets everyone.
Yeah.
Like he makes everyone feel welcome. So I mean, like we can't imagine him getting mad, honestly. like it's just, that's just really him. So yeah, we're proud about that.
Also, I wonder. I don't know if I would call myself kind, but when dealing with kind people, if I ever see them angry, then I will know right away, like, oh,
There's something.
yeah, right. Like something must have actually occurred,
Yeah.
and we need to like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Now I ask you the same question, Ange, about 3 words to describe yourself, and then what would those 3 words be?
I would say I'm very caring and nurturing, like I mentioned. Also, I am passionate about what I do. So I feel like, yeah, those are my 3 words.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's kind, caring, and passionate.
Yeah. Sorry, nurturing, caring, and passionate.
Nurturing, caring, passionate. And of those 3, which one sticks out to you?
For sure, it's going to be the passionate side. I'm actually a hotel administration graduate, so I really wanted to work in a hotel when I finished college, but then the pandemic happened, so I found
pretty terrible timing.
I found that same passion in fitness, and I'm very passionate about like helping people and like when it comes to hospitality, like serving them and making them feel good. Basically, like when you're in a hotel, that's what you want to do. You want to make your guests feel welcomed and like happy and stuff like that. So I feel like I can do that same exact thing in fitness as well. So,
I mean, it sounds like your passion is in nurturing and in acts of service and serving others. Is that something that you try to bring to the gym as often as you can, or is that something that kind of happens naturally, you would say?
I feel like it happens naturally. Like I've always had a calling. I feel like I'm always the mom of the group. So like, yeah, in that sense, I feel like it comes naturally that I'm like, I always make sure that everyone's okay and that, I ask them how they are and stuff like that. Okay. So yeah.
Which is interesting because, I mean, first of all, with all of the all-out coaches here, it's probably the biggest group that we've seen from an affiliate coming to HQ here at Coastal Fitness. And your whole crew is like over 5 people. How many of you in total?
We're 7.
7 here.
7.
Do you see this nurturing kind of mom kind of figure as part of the group, as like she's the mom in the crew for this trip?
Partly, yes. So I think Ange is that kind of person with our group. So for us, basically, there's we all have our strengths and weaknesses,
Yeah.
our things that we do every team, every lead. So I think, yeah. So yeah.
Well, I feel like since we only started 2 years ago,
Yeah.
so
As in All Out Fitness,
Yeah.
open 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
so we're kind of like still babies in the gym, but
Yeah.
you know, as a person, and I feel like Fonso, my boyfriend,
Yeah.
can vouch for this, that in other settings, and you know, when like in our small world, like I have that mom vibe. So yeah.
Cool. I mean, and that's I think that's one of the important things, is to know that there are different skill sets and types of attitudes and types of values that people bring to a team. And when you bring it together, it's a really nice. That variety is quite helpful. Because you know, just being with everyone downstairs, you know, you have other people like Wilmar being pretty like loud,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know, he has his heart in his sleeve, and you know, he helps bring the energy. So kind of having the balance of those different attitudes
Yeah.
is really cool to see on a team that works well together.
Yeah, it's kind of like to balance it out.
Yeah.
Like we have the serious guy. As much as I can, I want to be like the balanced. I want to be the balance. Like sometimes I'm hyper, sometimes I'm just there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you know, working on this group. I mean, we're still a young group, but we're really passionate on what we do, and that's why we went here. We really want to educate ourselves, and we're really, you know, with the guidance of Ed, the whole process team, really saw it like we need to come here. We
Yeah.
need to see these things
Sure.
and experience, get out of our comfort zone,
Sure.
experience things that we haven't experienced, and you know, just see through it.
I mean, is there an aspect of being here where All Out's been around for 2 years, and we'll talk about the gym momentarily, but you know, being as a younger gym and being here at Coastal Fitness, where we've been here for many years, kind of seeing like, how do we get there? Is there an aspect of that when you're here of seeing what it's like to put in the years and put in the work to get your gym to where you want it to be?
Yeah, definitely. Like just being here in this office, like seeing that board over there.
Yeah.
And
The
the
goals.
values, the goals, the values.
Yeah.
Like we don't want to overwhelm ourselves also. You know, there's a lot of values and things we still have to put work into. But at the same time, we want it to be, you know, we want to cultivate it in the Filipino culture and in our gym.
Sure.
So it's kind of like doing it on our own way, step by step, while you know, with the help of the coastal team,
Yeah.
what we see here, how we educate ourselves and how we implement it back at home
Okay.
to spread it in the Filipino community.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and kind of go into into that space. You know, the Filipino CrossFit culture, just Filipino culture in general. What's it like having a gym business there? So All Out is 2 years old now. I mean, both of you guys just let me know, like, tell us about the history of the gym, how you came to becoming a gym owner yourself, and how you came. We already heard a little bit of you went from hospitality to becoming a coach, but there's also other people in hospitality that wouldn't be a coach, so there must be some unique points there. So tell us the story about All Out and your relationship with that business.
Okay. I'll just keep it short because back then, since me growing up into business mindset family, so I had this mindset that I want to be an entrepreneur since I was young.
What kind of a business did your family have?
We have a construction business.
Okay.
So I'm really passionate about sports. I did swimming. So anyways, back then I had a small gym, like a circuit gym back in 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
You owned your own gym already 10 years ago.
Yeah. So it's a small gym, circuit training gym.
Yeah.
Then had it for like 3 years before I saw CrossFit in ESPN.
Really?
Yeah. Or 2 years, I think.
Nice.
So I saw it there. Then I joined a functional fitness competition. I saw the CrossFit vibe. I had a friend who helped me Then I trained with him. He trained me like to be a coach and how to manage a CrossFit gym. Helped me with all this stuff. And I eventually had an affiliate in 2016. So it's called Iron Den CrossFit back then. So before All Out Fitness. So that was 2016 until the
see.
pandemic.
Okay.
Then pandemic happened. We closed down. We had a gym equipment business. So that's All Out Fitness, not yet a gym.
So All Out, the fitness brand for equipment, existed before the gym itself.
Yes.
Got
yes. So that was during 2020. Then the gym was opened, I think 2022 May. So it's 2 years now. Then back then Ange wasn't there yet. Fawn's his boyfriend. So we
I
had
see.
the old team. Jumbo is part of the old team. Wilmar wasn't with us back then, but after when we started, so I got him as a coach. Then Jessica, my girlfriend, is the operations and,
like manager.
the financial side.
I see.
So she's helping me with all those stuff. Then, basically we're in 2 years in. So it's built through passion. So actually, when we closed down during the pandemic, I didn't really want to open up a gym anymore. I know the hard work of it.
I mean, that was like the immediate question that came to mind is you had a gym and you had to close it.
Yeah.
And then you decided to open another gym. So, I mean, take me through that kind of decision.
Yeah, I think it's because I maintained our community during the pandemic. So I had a sugar wad, put my program there for free to maintain our community.
Got it.
There was no CrossFit gym in the area. Then like this core group of people was with me, our previous members. I think there's around 30 to 40 of them. They really wanted me to just telling me to open up the gym, and Jessica wanted me to open up the gym. Then for me as a business owner back then, I know the hard work of opening up a gym, but at the same time, I wanted to open up a gym because I wanted to be with the community again. It's so hard to work out alone, even if just two of us, Jessica. The vibe is different. So it's really different to be working out with the community. And I think it's something I want to give with the people. So I had the realization that I wanted to do this to spread awareness, fitness, health. Because actually there's a lot of things happened with me also during the pandemic. And I think working out with the community really helped me.
Right.
And I think it's similar experience to the people. Like a lot of people had an anxiety. They need something to do to work out with the community
I mean, and my parents were in Manila during when the pandemic started, and the rules about going out, the limits, having to wear not just a mask but a face shield. It was so strict that I think it was a very natural consequence for people to have these types of anxieties, to not be able to just to have that community that I believe Filipino culture is built on. Like whenever people go, when people visit, there's a party to welcome them, and when they're about to leave, we have our despedida, having a party when they leave. And it's just like community is like the bedrock of whatever that we do. And seeing that in fitness, and it sounds like you found community through the first gym that you opened. When it was gone, you saw a need again to have that community, and that's what renewed your drive and determination to open All Out. Right on.
So basically money is not a driving factor for me to open up a gym, but it's something we have to pay ourselves also.
Sure.
We have to pay our staff to reward ourselves just to keep moving. And
it needs to be a functional business, right?
At the same time, it's kind of hard because growing up into a business mindset family wherein we want, money is really something we have to produce,
right?
It's hard to balance it with fitness and coaching, and to have a gym business. We don't want to brand ourselves as, this gym is just wants to earn money. something kind of like that mindset, especially in the Philippines,
Right.
where fitness is not a priority for a lot of people.
Right.
Then paying this amount,
Yeah.
it's something that it's hard to digest with even the middle class.
Right. Like, what is the value of such an investment?
Yeah, yeah. So it's something we're still trying to figure out,
see.
like giving the value back and helping people to understand that what we give is definitely worth the pay or worth what you're giving.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just listening to the community element, but also the business element and putting it all together as part of your project out there at All Out. Tell us about how you came to the scene, Ange. I mean, you said you came from hospitality and then that kind of fell through because of the pandemic. And then for some reason, things crossed where you ended up becoming a coach at All Out.
Yeah.
Tell us about how you got there. Also, was the element of community something that was important to you that drove you to not just coaching, but coaching at All Out? Just tell us about that.
I discovered CrossFit back in 2019, early 2019. I joined the gym there and I did the workouts, but then, the pandemic happened and everything closed down. So we started doing home workouts through Zoom. There was still a community aspect, but it was very different.
Right.
And then we kind of stopped doing the online workouts for a while. And then, I was still in college back then. I joined F45 as a member and then eventually became a trainer there. So that's how I started in the fitness industry. I did F45 and then I enjoyed it. And so I felt like I could do the trainer aspect as well. So that's kind of like the tipping point of everything. And then I graduated my college and then we were looking for, I told my boyfriend, I was like, I miss CrossFit. I want to do CrossFit again.
I mean, it sounds like you didn't, you weren't even barely a year into it when they started closing down gyms.
Yeah. So we started looking for the closest gym we could find. We found All Out Fitness in Las Piñas and we tried it out. We had a few friends there.
Okay.
And I remember when we walked in for class, like there was like a city blackout, all like the electricity just went off, and then all the members were waiting outside before the class started, and then that was kind of a good opportunity for us to talk to them because like everyone was like waiting for the electricity to like turn back on, and then like it wasn't hard at all to converse with them. Like they were all so welcoming. I feel like everyone really looked up to Coach Pao as a role model, and like that really reflected onto the members as well. And so they're all just like very kind, supportive, and caring, like all the words that Coach Pao did mention. And like the moment we walked in, like we were welcomed, people were talking to us, they were like, hey, what's your name, and stuff like that. So I mean, we didn't feel like we were out of place at all. And then basically that's what kept us there. We enjoyed the community, and we started going there every day. And then eventually Coach Pao offered the chance to be coaches there, and so we started shadowing and stuff like that. It came naturally, really, like coaching there, and also like knowing the people already and being friends with them.
Right.
Like it wasn't hard for us to adjust to wear the coach's hat. So now we're here.
I mean, it's a
In
pretty
Hong Kong.
classic progression, right? Where you go from member to potentially coach to now a coach. So pulling people from the community to start leading the community as well. That's a really nice aspect to it. Now it sounds like your journey from becoming an athlete to coach was quite quick. So when you started doing fitness training, either it's CrossFit or F45 or what have you, did you already have some coaching experience in other sports or anything at all? Or did the idea of becoming a coach, did that just kind of pop in your head all of a sudden?
My boyfriend really wanted to be a coach. Like that was really his passion, and
Okay.
I felt like working out with him every day and just being with him every day as well, like kind of gave me that spark also. And like what I said earlier, I felt like I connected it with my passion in hospitality of
I
like
see.
helping other people. So I mean, like not in a hotel, but like with their goals, like it's honestly more fulfilling to see them, like from not being able to do squats properly into finally like putting load onto that barbell is
Yeah.
something like amazing to see. So yeah, stuff like that really like makes my heart happy also. So yeah, that's why I stuck around and just continued this path.
Nice. So all told, how many years have you been coaching?
Not so long actually. So Coach Pao offered us the coaching maybe last year, September. But officially, I started coaching early this year, so around January.
Like
Yeah.
coaching full time?
Oh, sorry. Did you mean coaching in All Out or in general?
In general, yeah.
Okay, so 2020, no, pandemic, F45.
Okay.
Yeah.
So about 4 years now.
Yeah.
Right on. And then Pal, yourself, I mean, 10 years ago you opened a gym and you were coaching there. So
Well, actually, when I opened a gym, I hired a coach. So I'm technically like
behind the
getting my
scenes.
getting my
I
certifications
see.
and everything, just part-time coaching. Then I eventually coached like a year after in my own gym, like just some of the slots. Then CrossFit since 2016 when I opened it,
Yeah.
I became like I literally coached also. So basically like 10 years, 10 years
All right.
total.
Yeah, it's longer than me.
I wanted to quickly interrupt this episode with a quick shout out to our sponsors, Today Well Spent. I've been using this journal for 2 years and it has made a massive impact on my physical, but mostly my mental well-being. It is a guided journal backed by neuro and behavioral science, which I actually didn't know at the time. It has questions for you to answer at the start of the day, at the end of the day, end of every week, end of every month. And it's brought so much self-awareness to me of the things that positively and negatively impact my life. So if you're someone who cares about your physical and your mental well-being, which I think you do because you listen to this podcast, then go and grab yourself a Today Well Spent. Use the discount code THEPROCESS, one word in capitals, to get your discount.
So now that we've gotten kind of established, like, All Out and kind of the story of how it opened, I'm really curious. Like, I've never been inside All Out myself.
Yeah.
Assume that, like, I'm a drop in, and like assume I don't know CrossFit or anything like that. I walk in and I drop into a class. What is that experience like? And what is the experience that you want to give as an owner? And what's the experience that you'd like to give as a coach of that class where I would be dropping in as a completely new person? So what's that like? Just kind of describe that to me.
Coach Pao.
Okay. So basically when you walk into a CrossFit gym, you know how intimidating it is, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So just seeing the people like naked, I mean half naked.
Essentially naked. And then in the Philippines with that humidity, it's like, what is a shirt?
Yeah. So basically, we wanted them to feel like a bit lighter. Like, essentially, that's the reason I wanted to be more friendly. So we have a more friendly approach.
Yeah.
Like the community is welcoming. Thankfully, our majority, or if not all of our members, are very welcoming and really kind, approachable. So we do our best to put our shoe in their shoe. So because, basically when you come in, you check the gym,
Yeah.
check the workout, check
Yeah.
who's working out,
Also,
check the people.
Can you sense that type of hesitation when people walk in?
Yeah, for sure. Like if they're not a CrossFitter,
Yeah.
someone who's new to this kind of scene, when they basically see the gym and like, whoa, this is different.
Right?
Yeah, especially in the Philippines, like CrossFit maybe after pandemic, like not really died down, but it went hype like 2013,
I see.
then stagnant 2016 to 2020, then 2020 to pandemic died down a bit. Now it's something different for a lot of people.
I gotcha.
So yeah, basically when they walk in, they inquire. We tour them around, greeting them with a smile.
Yeah.
Like this can be for anyone. Like we, as much as possible or as much as we can, we explain to them that you're not gonna do that sort of thing. We have this process, like the assessment, fundamentals, all those things. So the rapport we give, like it's as much as possible, we want them to feel welcome, and it's something that they have to experience. Like we want them to feel that way.
I see.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that they feel like they belong,
Yes,
like
basically.
right from the get-go.
Yeah, and not just that, but the fitness or what we're offering is something that it's something different, or we wanted to prioritize their health. They wanted to be people in All Out is motivated people. If they want to work out with a certain group of motivated people, it's gonna help them. So yeah, we tend to bring this value back to all of our coaches and admin and the team.
Cool. I mean, for the most part, when I introduced myself to the team downstairs on the main gym floor today, I only knew like a few of you guys. I think there was like 4 of them I've never met before, and it was really cool, just like how open and everyone was to like just meeting new people. How smiley everybody is, it's very much like a mabuhay type of vibe, which is welcome in Tagalog. As a coach, when you see a new person, what are your like priorities? What do you want to make sure gets done? What kind of attention do you want to give that person? Because also sometimes people are like, they get really nervous when they get so much attention, right? So as that nurturing type of coach, how do you deal with that situation?
Well, when they arrive, of course, like for class, at least, we talk to them before class, make sure they're okay, let them know that, the toilet's there. If you need water, it's there. I mean, like, just like show them everything.
Yeah.
And then just give them a little bit of reassurance that, if you need anything, we'll be here. Like, just let us know and stuff like that. And introduce them to the other members that's joining the class as well, just so there's like a little bit of an icebreaker already.
Yeah.
And then
what's your favorite icebreaker?
Well, sometimes we have games, and then sometimes like we go around the room and ask them what their favorite food is, or like their favorite movie character, like just the quick questions that one word answers that can go around the room quick. So that's right before the whiteboard brief, and then so during class, just keeping an eye on everyone and making sure that new member feels all right and like not nervous at all, and just having fun. Even though like all the other members are lifting heavy weights or doing bar muscle ups, we want to let them know that it's okay. Everything is scalable and it's very beginner friendly. Everyone started at that point, so it's a journey that we're here with them to walk. We'll walk with them through this journey. So yeah.
And what Paul was saying, putting yourself in their shoes. Where are you at with your journey? Because you're a coach, but you're also a competitor too, right? So can you kind of tell us where you are at with your CrossFit journey? Because you are relatively new to the sport, right?
Yes. I'm off season right now.
Off season.
Yeah. So as an athlete, it's probably for another podcast.
Okay.
But yeah, so I did start early. We joined 2022, but ever since 2019, I've always been curious about competing. And so when I finally had the chance, 2022, when we joined All Out Fitness, we went for it.
Yeah.
I joined 8 competitions that year.
8 competitions in 1 year?
Yes.
Did you think that was normal?
No.
That's not normal.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so was the first competition of that year your first competition ever?
No.
Okay.
I joined the team competition back in 2019, and then the pandemic happened. So, like that drive of like, I want to do that again kind of feeling. But yeah.
Before this too, did you ever think of yourself as a competitive person or a person driven by competition?
I feel like I'm competitive. Although it's my first time being a solo athlete,
I see.
an individual athlete. So like all the mental aspects was super new to me. So that was something I had to learn the hard way. So now I'm just really chilling and just trying to enjoy the process more.
I see. Okay.
And as a coach also, like, because that's something I experience, I want to guide our athletes into like hopefully not digging a hole that deep into like maybe possible burnout.
You're like, I've been there before.
Yeah.
Be careful. But then it can be also hard too, because I don't know if you're this way too. Sometimes you have to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
Of like, I can tell you so many times, or
Yeah.
someone can tell me so many times to be careful about something or to not do it. The point doesn't really get driven home until I suffer the consequences of my decisions
That's
and
true.
actions. Are you the type of person to learn the easy way or the hard way?
The hard way, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But as a coach, all you can do is really just guide them, and like you can't really force them to do anything or like control whatever they do, but maybe like just hold their hand and like make sure that you got the point across.
Yeah.
And if like they process that well or not, then you're still going to be there for them either way.
Kind of be there, be present with them and
Yeah.
support them in the good times and bad,
Yes.
as it were.
Yes.
You're competing too. I mentioned the first time that we met in person was the Cebu Throwdown,
Yeah.
and you competed there as well. So where are you at in your athletic endeavors and in your competition mindset? We know that you are organizing a competition later this year, but yourself as an athlete, what's that like?
So I think I'm over with the elite level competition that I want to be in the CrossFit Games kind of thing.
Okay,
So
there was a time when you were all about that.
like when I started,
Yeah.
like years back.
Mhm.
Now it's more of like I wanted to be a role model that I can still do this if I can. Like just the local competitions. My main goal is to support the event.
Yeah.
And to feel what the athlete feels as an organizer. And basically in the competitive side, so I'm still a bit competitive when I'm there.
Yeah, I'm sure you can't completely turn it off. Right?
Yeah. So I try to have fun as much as I can.
Yeah.
But when you're there, you want to do your best.
Yeah.
So I still have that. But I have to learn that I'm not training as much. I have more priorities. So it's kind of hard. It's a fact that I have to balance these priorities. So it's more of me being with the community during the competition.
I see.
So as much as I can, I still want to win, or I still want to place high.
Yeah.
But it is what it is when you're there. You just enjoy as much as possible.
Yeah, just kind of like be present in the moment.
Yeah.
And just feel that magic of the competition floor, if that means hitting a PR or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Knowing that the cameras are around and it could be an Instagram moment. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys think about this.
Yeah.
But just knowing that like these are special things
Yeah.
that are kind of gifts that
Yes,
are it's different from like the normal day-to-day life.
Yeah.
And now that we're talking about competition, tell us a little bit about the All Out Games. Now, I don't know too much about the All Out Games. I know you've had competitions at your gym before, sponsored by by different brands and stuff. The only thing that you gave me as context for was All Out Games is about to have 500 qualified athletes, which sounds like enormous. And I think you did say is this going to be the biggest competition around in the Philippines or in Manila? Or like, give us some context about the competition. How would you describe it?
Well, to start off, it's All Out Games. We started at 2022 in the gym. Just 60 athletes, just inviting, the boxes nearby,
I see.
CrossFit boxes nearby.
Yeah.
It's more of an after pandemic event wherein we want to strengthen the community.
Yeah.
You know, we have to compete. We have to start another collaborative effort.
Yeah.
To
Like we're still here. We're all
we're
here.
still here.
Yeah.
So after that, it was a success. Some of my gym owner friends and coaches supported. Then the people from Grail, like the CrossFit gym near our place, helped me out.
Okay.
Then we started a bigger one the next year. I didn't expect it to be very big. I mean, I was dreaming for it and I was planning it to be big, but I didn't expect that a lot of people really wanted to support us.
And I guess to grow just a year afterwards.
Yeah. So last year we had 400. So it's actually big already.
Jeez, okay.
So this year it's same, just
Yeah.
a little bit more in the qualifiers.
Yeah.
So last year I think it's about 470 qualifying athletes. We have 420 max in the competition floor. This year is also 420 max, but we have 519, I think, qualifying athletes. So yeah, it's the biggest this year for sure, functional fitness event.
Yeah.
But our focus mainly is, we have a lot of competitions in the Philippines. Like every month there's a competition already, so these guys are burning out.
Yeah.
Our vision is it's not, we don't want it to be branded as like the elite level competition.
I see.
So we want it to be
Accessible.
accessible, and we don't target the elite athletes as much. It's a team event, trio, male, female, or female. Then we have the individuals.
Okay.
The individuals is more of like the competitive one.
Yeah.
The teams is like, I want to be part of this just to have fun.
Yeah.
Like, maybe similar to Wadapalooza, what they
I
did.
see.
Then, Filipino wanted to have a competition. They want to meet the community.
Yeah.
For us to connect with the community is really something we're really passionate about.
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering about that myself. Was you doing 8 competitions in a year? I don't know if I could even try to do 8 competitions a year because of just the availability of it. You don't recommend that? Well, could you explain why, like the Philippines in particular, has so many competitions? It's just people love to compete.
Coach Pao, before the pandemic, did the Philippines have that much competitions or not as much as now?
I think there's also a lot before pandemic. Yeah. I think just Filipino will really
It's
There's
just like
no
an excuse.
off-season.
It's an excuse to have a party.
and a lot of people really wanted to compete multiple times
Yeah.
in the Philippines. So it's not like a 3-day event
Yeah,
competition.
that's true.
Most competitions 1
1 day.
day, 2 days. Yeah.
I did remember 2018. I went to Davao for like the
Battle of the Strongest.
Battle of the Strongest. Yeah. And that was one of my first competitions. And that was a good time. And there were people coming from different countries as well. Yeah. And then I was just talking to people like, they're going to go to, they just came back from another competition. And there's gonna be another competition for them next week. And I'm just thinking, like, I'm so tired right now. I don't think I can even exercise next weekend. I don't know what this whole, multi-competition mindset is. I mean, it's impressive, but I would be so worn out.
Yeah. I think maybe there's a lot of people doing CrossFit now this year in the Philippines. So, in Manila, there's a lot of boxes, but in the people joining in All Out Games, a lot of them like live outside Metro Manila. So I think I think it helped that me joining some of the competitions outside Manila just to connect with the owners, coaches.
I see, kind of being like an ambassador.
Something like that. But it's one of my goal, but I really wanted to join a competition that way also. So, yeah.
And I mean, you can go ahead and pitch it now. Like, what makes the All Out Games different? I mean, you did mention that it's more accessible. Aside from the events themselves, what about it as an event? It as as a party, or however you want to call it, like what makes it unique?
Yeah, so technically it's the trio teams of male. It's something only us do. in the competition. So that's one aspect to it. Second, maybe is how we organize it. Like we can see the passion of each of our team leads. Like all of us have different assignments and strengths and weaknesses. Like I'm the one who does just glue the team, but all these team leads are really passionate about what they're doing. So I think that's one aspect that makes the event successful. And number three, I think basically me as a gym owner, as a coach, as an athlete. So I know how the athlete and spectator feel. So I really wanted to not just the athlete to enjoy. I want the spectators to enjoy.
I see, right.
All of our vendors, sponsors. So I think gluing it all together makes it a more successful event. And basically I'm trying to think of more creative juices to how we wanted to make it unique more. So especially now partnering with the process, like putting Ed in the team, he has so much insight, which is really great. Like
As he will
the whole
be
team,
programming the events.
Yeah. So it's something that we're looking forward to. Yeah.
And then you'll be involved in this organizing as well.
Yeah, I'm doing the marketing, so
Okay.
everything on social media, it's my job.
Yeah.
Nice. Is this part of your natural skill sets, or is this something that's out of your comfort zone to do?
Marketing also, I discovered it during the pandemic. So yeah, I completely let go of the hotel dream, and now I'm in marketing and fitness, which I truly enjoy. I mean, yeah, it's fun. For the marketing side of All Out Games, like, I just want the community to feel like, excited and, something to look forward to. And we want to make them feel like they're all part of this, like it's not just like, hey, we're doing this at September 21 to 22. Like, it's literally a big party. So our goal was to bring the community back together, like, even back in 2022, that was the initial goal, because the pandemic really took a hit in the community back then.
Yeah.
So having the All Out Games last year, we had the OGs. The OGs came out from retirement. The veterans, beginners had PRs, and
Nice.
people from all parts of the Philippines came together literally and celebrated fitness in the community, which was so nice to see. And now they're looking forward to it again this year, and it's just so much fun. Now we have people from F45 and other functional fitness gyms.
So a person
outside,
a person who trains primarily F45 stuff, that's not necessarily CrossFit movements, but there are some CrossFit intensities to it. That type of an athlete could participate in All Out the way that it's programmed.
Yeah, that's how we make it accessible, especially the bootcamp division. So it's accessible for them in a way that, no technical movements, unlike scaled and RX that much. So we have people from F45 and like Globo gyms, the traditional gyms, and even people doing Spartan races and High Rocks even want to try it out also. So it's nice to see that this event is like branching out to even like other fitness enthusiasts and like helping them stay motivated as well, like with working out also and meeting the awesome community in the Philippines.
Nice. Yeah, I look forward to seeing how that all plays out. Now that know that you're in charge of marketing, I'll checking it out, seeing what those reels are like and everything.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I do want to ask about too is, talking about yourselves as athletes and coaches and gym owners, what the All Out experience is like, what the All Out games are going to be like. One thing that I'm curious about, as this is about the process programming and the process affiliates, what got you to go from having your own gym to becoming an affiliate? Because did your gym open before it became an affiliate, or was that part of the opening process?
Are you referring to All Out Gym?
All Out, yeah.
Yeah, when we opened the All Out Gym, Actually, during the pandemic, I did the Live Perform Compete.
Right.
So that's the time where I discovered the process. I mean, I know some people who does it, like my friend Josh Chabon. He does the process way back.
Right.
So that's the first time I heard about it. Then during the pandemic, was training Olympic, just purely Olympic weightlifting
Right.
with my friend coach. Then I started doing the Live Perform Compete that time, and got to meet Ed and the process team. But when I opened up, I wanted to try it out again, my own, our own, to do our own team. Then just testing the waters back again. Then after a year, I figured out it's we needed help, like from a more experienced team in order to grow. So
Not just on the programming side of things.
basically overall, not just the programming,
Like as a
like the business
business.
side and like mentoring and all those stuff. So we wanted to grow as a gym, because owning a gym or a CrossFit box for 4 years, I know the process. Like in the Philippines, it's hard also, and we get stagnant. So I wanted to have something new, like what's the coastal team doing that we're not doing, and what we could implement
I
to
see.
help us grow.
Yeah.
All those kind of things. So until now, we're still learning through it. Then that's what made me come seek the help of Ed and the process team.
Yeah.
So we just, one part is the programming side, of course, but mentoring our coaches, and number one that hit me is the values. So I really love the value of the process. I mean, the Coastal Six. So it all placed well with me, that it's something that I really wanted to pursue.
I see.
So yeah.
And then I believe with the affiliates, you also develop your own values over at All Out. Is there, could you share maybe like one or two, or even all of them if you want, values that you guys have as part of the All Out community?
Yeah, so basically the all out community as a whole, we're promoting the community, like the community is very friendly. The things that Ange mentioned, that it's very welcoming and supportive, like being a good human aside from everything else.
Yeah.
Very caring. So all those values, like very similar with Coastal, like the way you greet us. We wanted to have that aura with us back at home.
Or is the word of the podcast today, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, but in terms of educating us more, we still have lots to learn, but I think stepping up and being more confident is one thing that we have to really look up into the process team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like being confident in your own skill sets and your own thoughts and decisions as a business owner and as a coach.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I see that. I see that. I mean, as a coach has kind of learning about the values and the trajectory of, in-class coaching or even individual coaching, what have been like the main takeaways that you've learned as your process as a coach here?
Well, we feel really grateful to be to be an affiliate, honestly, because like, the support, number one, like from the very start, when we were being onboarded, like from there until today, we're here in Hong Kong right now. It's honestly a great experience to have. I remember when Coach Ed and Coach Ant visited us in in our gym. Actually,
in January, right?
we had lunch together. It was a great time. We learned so much, and they observed our classes. They gave they gave tips for us and feedback as well, for us to grow as coaches. And we were taking the individual coaching course. But
You're still in the middle of that.
yes.
I know. For those of you just listening, in addition to other responsibilities I have as community manager, I'm also the admin for the process education. So we have some assignments we still need to do, guys, and you're going to lead by example, and I will nurture and support you, and I will be your mommy for the rest of your educational experience. But yeah, go on.
But I mean, I'm halfway, and really, like, the value that we're getting from that course is like, you can't really compare it with anything. I mean, it's not just like you're not just, well, besides stating facts, like, like real life situations and like case studies also that we can relate to. It's like not just you have to memorize this, memorize that. It's just like, it's something that that will stick in your brain basically. And like something that you will remember with your everyday life and, while you're coaching and everything like that. So yeah, I feel like with the values of Coastal and our gym, it really aligns like a lot. So yeah, I'm very happy about, this, us being affiliated by the process. It's been an amazing experience.
I mean, the part that gets me about what you're saying is when I joined here last year, it was like, what can I do? Like, I've been on the programming for 3 years. We've seen each other in water cooler, I guess. And it's like, I want to join the team. I just have a really good feeling about it. I don't know why exactly, but I'd love this to be part of my career. And the part that made it all fall into place was seeing that the values that were explicit here, right? It's clear. It's right there on the board. When you align there, everything else kind of falls into place quite naturally. One thing that I'm curious about is like, this is your first visit to Coastal Fitness. This is not your first. You've been here a couple of times. Yeah. But I mean, specifically in your shoes, Ange, when you came here, did you have any like goals in mind or things that you wanted to accomplish as a person, visiting and having the opportunity to learn from the HQ staff?
I would like to watch tomorrow. I'm actually gonna shadow a class, so that's interesting. And like, I'd want to see, how the coaches run their classes, and as small as like how the admin, handles, the drop-ins and the members, and like, just like the overall culture of the gym. Like, I would like to see, and yeah, hopefully apply it back home. So, yeah.
Nice. Paul, I mean, you've been here a few times already, but on this trip in particular, being the leader of your group and having all the coaches here, what's your goal for all your coaches and for yourself as you're here?
Yeah. So during my first visit, I really told them that I have to bring you guys here to experience, everything, the coaching, the culture, just like what Ange said. So it's value for me to have them, learn also. So because when I went here, did the shadow and everything, did a workout with the team, it's different. It's different, the vibe, everything. So we wanted to apply that when we go back also. So yeah, just having that mindset is really value enough for me to bring our whole team back here. So yeah, as me as a passionate gym owner who really wants to not just educate our whole team, but our team will also educate our members, our athletes, and basically the whole, maybe most of the community back at home. So it's something that's gonna really make me or our team happy. So,
nice. Yeah. I mean, I'm so happy that you guys are here.
Yeah, me too. Just meeting all of you guys. Yeah. The coach Edward's not here, so but it's okay. You guys are here.
Well, we're picking up the slack. It's just so nice knowing. I guess kind of in the same sense of being on the process programming community online, finally getting to meet in person, and the value of what community is like when you actually can come together, which sounds like is the goal of the All Out Games. Is, you know, there's all these different gyms that some have been around for a while, some are new, which means that some of the members have been around for a while. Yeah, I heard you say the veterans, the OGs, and some people are completely new to the sport or don't even know what CrossFit is. And the opportunity to just put everyone together in a room and then just see what happens when the lights are on you, right? And you have the opportunity to shine with a timer up on the board of, all right, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know.
Also, you know, when I remember as coach had, or he's telling like if all of us do the same program, like coming here, we all do the same programming.
That's true.
You know, it's the community aspect. I mean, all of us are aligned. It feels really great. So it's something that, as a CrossFit owner for several years, that it took me several years to, you know, to get that mindset, because we always program hap from them. You know, the usual
kind of cherry picks and stuff.
cherry picks, and you know, mayhem, then go to other programming.
Here's comp train.
Then all of us like does a lot of different programming in the class. I mean, it's not bad. Some still does that. I mean, but for me, I think I'm happy with this kind of setup.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just so. I was just watching from the outside because I'm on build right now, so I'm not doing your guys' programming. I'm not doing LPC at the moment. It was so funny at some point when everyone was doing lunges, all the guys had their shirts off and were doing their kettlebell front rack lunges, and all the girls were on the other side doing their lunges as well. And I was like, wow, this is like Grease the musical over here. And it was just nice to see, like, we usually have people here during team training, but it was nice to see a whole like party. And it was like, oh my god, like, is there a bunch of like Filipinos? And I'm a Filipino too. And it was just nice to have, just to feel like home the moment that you're here. And I just appreciate you guys agreeing to be on the podcast. I know there was a little bit of nerves going on with this about speaking into a mic and having the 4-finger distance from the mic, which we may or may not have maintained during this episode. I'm looking at Alex right now. We did. There's just one thing I do want you guys to say is I want you to address the All Out community real quick and just give a quick shout out to your All Out members and your All Out familia, or even your own families at home. This is your opportunity just to say one thing. Who wants to start?
Hi, Mom. Just kidding. So hey guys, we're here in Hong Kong right now. Hopefully, we get to see everyone in All Out Games this coming September 21 to 22, and hopefully we get the whole process team to go there, and they're for sure excited to meet all of you guys as well. The programming and the workouts and the whole entire vibe of the event will be so much fun, and we're looking forward to it. And to the All Out family, we miss you guys. Hope you guys are all doing well. Coach Jet, you are a superstar. Thank you for coaching all the classes while we're here. You're amazing.
Coach Jet, I know you.
Hi guys, All Out boy. So first of all, I would like to thank Chris for hosting us, and the whole process team welcoming us here. Thank you so much. Just the support system is really, really great. So just supporting us also in the All Out Games. I can feel the passion. We're really excited to have them on our team to support us. So we're doing this for the community, bringing our names out of the Philippines, and just doing this to support our whole community collaborative effort. We're really happy that we're here, and thank you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully all of you will enjoy it. And All Out athletes, See you soon.
And I'll take this opportunity to talk about something that's not about All Out or CrossFit at all. Today, my mom, she is in Mandaluyong, San Rafael, what's up? St. Bonnie, and she has a Zumba crew, and they're having a Zumba competition today. They're all like aunties and grandmas and
Okay.
moms, and they're all wearing fishnet stockings. I don't know whose idea that was, but they're just owning it. And however that goes, I'll watch the video. But mom, I love you. Kill it out there and have a good time. And then for you guys, for the All Out Games, give us the dates again for the All Out Games.
Yeah, it's September 21 and 22.
Okay,
Fill
and
in the
then
stat.
if you are a Process Programming subscriber, online subscriber, you can always drop into All Out Fitness and join a class and be just like the class or just like your online programming that Pal mentioned. Where can we find you guys in Manila?
You can find us along Alabang Zapote Road, Las Piñas City. You can Waze All Out Fitness and we'll be right there waiting for you guys. Awesome.
Perfect. So we'll see you guys there. I gotta visit myself too, and I'll see if I can
sure.
punch my ticket to the All Out Games as well. I mean, as
We'll
a
see you
guest.
soon.
All right, guys, that's it. High five.
Right. Thank
Well
you.
done.
Thank you.